Welcome to another Rebel playthrough. I'm back at it with Final Fantasy VII, the Rebirth. I do want to say thanks for tuning in. I appreciate the love and support. All of the members in the Rebel family, I appreciate you guys. Let's get into it. So, I pretty much have a full cast as of right now, pretty early on in the game. A lot has gone on so far in the game. Pretty much got a full story of what happened 5 years ago. I know they teased a lot of that stuff in the remake, but they never actually told us what happened 5 years ago to Cloud's hometown. So they finally got around to telling us what actually happened.
Should we be worried about those things?
We're fine.
How can you be so sure?
Because I've read the field guide. Like any good soldier.
Local wildlife will only attack while on the hunt or in defense of their territory. Fiends, on the other hand, attack without reason.
If they're attacking, what does it matter?
It matters if your nose can discern their intent before they attack, as I gather yours can't.
So they finally gave us a breakdown of what happened with Sephiroth, who is a pretty big time villain in the remake, but he was a good guy actually in the beginning of this game, which was 5 years ago. So before he went dark side, he was pretty much a good guy, leader in the soldiers, one of the top officers and pretty much a living legend, well respected. But he realized what his origin was. He was born by Geneva, which pretty much means he was created by Genova. And after reading up on what happened with him, he was pretty much created to, I guess, destroy the planet and return everything back to Genova. So that's what set Sephiroth on his dark path, and that's also when he turned dark side and wiped out the entire village, including killing Cloud's mom, Tifa's father. Leveling up. Love to see it. Really liking the combat in this game, but yeah, it's a lot to process, a lot to take in. A lot went down so far in the beginning of the game. Just the intro story to what happened with Cloud and pretty much what happened with Tifa in their hometown with Sephiroth, and how he became the most hated guy amongst them. Very, very interesting stuff. A lot of it was teased throughout the remake of the game. It's cool that they finally told the full story of what happened. All right, let's head on to our destination. It seems like we got a little bit of a journey ahead of us, but it shouldn't be too bad. Picking up a lot of good materials on the way. All right, so we found this little village over here, farm life.
It's important to make sure they've got plenty to eat. Need to be nice and plump so they fetch a high price.
Let's talk to this guy.
You'd be the Avalanche, folks? It's okay, I'm on your side. Heard you be heading my way. You're safe here, but not for long. By the sound of it, Shinra's leaving no stone unturned. Might want to hole up at the old dock out by the swamp. I'd wager Shinra's forgotten it's even there.
All right, co-conspirator is complete. Looks like we can get some rest over here. Might as well charge up. So these are places, well, I haven't unlocked this one yet, but this one is like a vending machine where I could buy a lot of potions and other useful materials. Something that can come in handy. Looks like I can get this one, so I might as well do that. And there's one more that I can get, which is this one. So this pretty much looks like it'll help. So this helps with my defense and my magic in terms of the abilities that it gives a buff to. So why not? It gives everybody a little bit of a boost. Can't hurt to have.
It's important to make sure they've got plenty to eat. Need to be nice.
All right, so we gotta head to the abandoned dock. So let's do that. Man, this guy does not look friendly. So I can use assess on an enemy to reveal its elemental weakness, as well as effective strategies to use against it. Then exploit those to pressure and ultimately stagger your foe. So let's see if I can figure out how to use access again in this game.
Keep it together.
So Aerith is really good with unleashing magic. Holding down square, charge the Tempest skill. Triangle instantaneously warps between any magic wards Aerith has conjured.
I'm coming! Go on! That'll do! This one's for you! You'll see.
Alright, so she it's pretty much blocking anything thrown. Let's see if I can
You've got this.
Well done.
One more shot.
It's over. We're up.
Let's do this.
got him staggered. Knocking him out.
Only the strong survive.
All right, so let's continue on our journey, trying to get over to the docks. Let's see what's going on with this guy.
Well, well. If it ain't my favorite group of hitchhikers.
Oh, fancy meeting you here.
Thanks again for the ride to Calm.
Don't mention it. It's the least I could do for two such lovely young ladies. But I do believe I neglected to introduce myself. The name's Bill, and you can count on me for a lift anytime. Except today, that is. Afraid the old bute's pulled up lame. Sorry about that.
No biggie. We're enjoying the fresh air. Thanks, though.
You, know someplace we can hunker down?
Hunker down, you say? Oh. I'd almost forgotten what it was like to be young and in love. Y'all just head straight that away toward the swamplands. You'll find an abandoned building by the dock. I guarantee no one will bother you there.
All right, so we just got introduced to Bill. On our way to the docks. Let's see if we can make it there.
You're dead.
So now we got the access on him. Now you can see what works on him and what doesn't. So he's pretty much weak against fire and ice. That's excellent to know. Let's build up some AP points. Now I can send some fire his way. There we go. Big time hit. Exploiting his weakness, making him easy to take down. Send some fire his way too. Excellent. Got him pressured. Let's run it up. Fully staggered. Perfect time to take him down. Knocking him out.
And we're safe.
Works wonders. All right, it's all coming back to me. Just got to remember how to do certain things.
No sign of Shinra.
Yeah.
Looks like an old Republic landing.
Could borrow a boat, make our way across. Then, head on through the mines and keep going till we hit Junon.
Sure. Why not?
You'd trust these rotting hulks?
I mean, we could.
Let's not.
Then maybe we swim it.
This swamp is home to the deadly Midgar Swarmer. Beware.
But even if you're slow, you can rent a Chokobo. We'll see you safely past being nothing if not fast.
So just give Bill the word, and he'll pick you out. A bird!
Well, can we rent some birds?
Can we?
Fine.
All right, let's head over to the Chokobo Ranch. I mean, we just spoke to Bill. I wonder why he didn't just tell us this in the first place, but you know. Let's go see if we can rent a Chokobo. There were Chocobos in Final Fantasy 16 as well, as one of the fast moving birds that you can use to get around the land out there. Really dope that they continue to include things from each different set of Final Fantasy games. It's a good way to keep the worlds connected. Actually, before I do kill this guy, I did want to see what his weakness is. So let's check out what the orcs are.
Allow me.
They're weak against fire. It's good to know. Don't really have any immunities or anything like that, so I know his weakness. I might as well use it on the other one. Go over to the spells, check out the fire, throw it on him. He was already good as dead though. See if I can do the same thing for this guy.
Too bad.
So this one doesn't have any weakness. Pretty much hitting them with powerful attacks will make them flinch and dive them out from their burrows. So I pretty much gotta do heavy hits. Got him pressured, fully staggered, and that's it.
Moving on then.
All right, seems pretty simple to me. Just keep it moving. They just have a random bus stop out here. I'm guessing this is like a Chokobo bus stop. Might as well get the rest while I can. Yeah, so it is a Chokobo stop. Makes sense. So pretty much could just use this as a regular rest stop for me. Can also use a cushion. I don't think I will be doing that though. Oh, it seems like you have to use a cushion in order to rest here. All right, let's keep it moving. So these are the orcs. Let's see if we can throw out some fire.
No escape, that's it.
Got him pressured. Look at how much damage that one fireball did. That's crazy.
See you around.
The power of knowing a weakness. It's incredible. Looks like everyone is leveled up. Works for me. I got all of the level up stuff done on autopilot for each character, so they'll automatically assign where those upgrades go. So I don't really have to worry about it for right now. Hopefully they do a good job with that stuff and I won't have to change it or anything like that later. Nice.
Only the strong survive.
Getting close to the Chokobo station with Bill. A few more orcs we could take out on the way. Trying to get as strong as possible because you never know when they're gonna ramp it up with the boss battles and things like that. So if they give me a whole bunch of enemies that's easy to take down, I might as well capitalize on it. Especially since these enemies aren't the strongest in the world or that much dangerous. You know, pretty much use them as sponges to build up my HP, my XP, things like that. Made it to Bill.
Pleasure to see y'all again. And welcome to my humble ranch.
Managed to get your truck fixed?
Indeed I did. You must have been my lucky charms. She started up right after you left. Anywho, what can I do you for? You in the market for some fine feathered friends by any chance?
Are we ever? Need 'em to get through the swamplands.
Then you have come to the right place. Back in the day, we had Republic ferries to get us from A to B, but now they're nothing but driftwood, sadly. We got the next best thing, though. Chokobos. To them, a bottomless bog's no worse than a kiddie pool. Now, ladies, you're probably wondering, what gives these birds the power to glide across swamps with ease? Would you believe that their fluffy feathers give them the buoyancy to float, while their limber legs can outrun a motorboat? Not even the dreaded Midgar Sormer, one of the fastest fiends around, can keep up with them.
Wow.
But you don't need convincing. You just need pointing to a hard-working chocobo. Nature's two-legged limousine.
So, can we rent some?
Sure can. My grandson Billy's in the stable over yonder. He'll help you out.
All right, let's go check in with him.
Howdy! Saw the sign. Need some chocobos to cross the swamp.
Sorry, Pops, but you're out of luck.
Pops?
Got no more birds. Last one went this morning.
Could have fooled me, kid.
These are spoken for. That or they're not fit for riding. But I can see you're in a bind, so I'll bump you up the list. For a price, of course.
Which is?
10 grand each.
The thing is, we don't have that kind of money. Or any, really.
Well, there is one other option. Only cost you $1,000. Is what a scoundrel might say. But I wouldn't dream of distressing y'all further. Just so happens one of our birds ran off the other day. Wild thing, but still a fine chocobo. If you can manage to find and catch him, then he's yours. Free of charge.
You sure?
Yeah, why not? Name's Pico. The hardest-headed bird you'll ever meet. By far. And he's the spitting image of Pops here. You can start by looking for his tracks. Find those, and you're sure to find the feet that made him. Now, wild chocobos can be a bit skittish around people. But if you play it cool and creep up real quiet-like, you'll wrangle them no problem.
I think we can do that. Thanks.
And one last thing. This info comes free of charge, provided you promise to stop by our shop. Speak to Chloe back there. She'll sell you whatever you need.
Kid's a born businessman.
If y'all can catch our runaway and get his butt back here, riding and rearing lessons are on me.
Check out what else we could pick up around the shop. Seems like they have a lot of things just laying around in this area, so I might as well check it all out. Additional chest. This is the new sword on my back now. I'll test it out for the first couple of fights and then I'll switch back to the Buster Sword that I normally use. I probably should just master the Buster Sword so that any move associated with it will transfer over to my other weapons, but we'll see.
Sorry about my brother. All he thinks about is money. He's just doing his job. We understand. I suppose, but he's been a real pain about it ever since our parents left. Say, are you guys from Midgar? Yeah, the Undercity. Then do you happen to know Chokobo Sam? Not very well, but yeah, I guess we do. Where is he?
Probably the Sector 6 slums. He's a big deal in Walt.
Why do you ask? I was thinking about reaching out. It's his fault Mom and Dad are gone, so...
Chloe, that's none of these good folks' business.
But they could help.
Don't tell anyone what she told you. Sam's one of the biggest names in the business. If he gets wind of that story, our ranch is done for.
Don't worry, your secret's safe with us. I promise. Oh, take these greens. You can give them to Pico when you find him. They were always his favorite treat, you see. Maybe he'll come back once he's had a taste. Right. Should probably sell you stuff, huh? Billy will throw a fit if I don't at least try to get you to spend a few gil. No pressure, but if anything catches your eye. Also, if you have any golden plumes on you, I can exchange them for chocobo gear. So be sure to hand them over if you do.
Alright, so our ranch tack shop will have Chokobo gear for sale, which can only be traded for golden plumes. These rare feathers can be obtained by wrangling new Chocobos or repairing Chocobo stock. Okay, good to know. Let's see if I have any. I don't think I really do, but seems like they have a few things that can help outfit a Chocobo, but I don't have any, feathers for it. So let's go check out where we can find this Chocobo. It is the golden plumes that we need.
All right, Pico. Where'd you run off to?
You mean Pico? Let's try looking for Pico.
All right, let's get out of the ranch and then head on to so we gotta follow the Chocobo's tracks. Seems like he went this way and he leaves big bird marks, so this shouldn't be as difficult as I thought it would be. However, when we do get close to him, we will have to start switching up our tactics. We may have to move in more of a low-key type of way.
Bingo.
Yeah! Come on, y'all. Let's go bag us a Chocobo.
Keep it down. When you're on the hunt, you don't want to startle your prey.
Prey? You know we're not here to kill him, right?
Yeah?
Alright, so we gotta approach Pico without being noticed. If you're in danger of being spotted by him or one of his pack mates, quickly press circle to roll out of sight. You can also distract Chocobos by throwing stones by using L1 to aim and square to throw. So I have to avoid both him and his pack mates, which is not going to be easy. All right, let's see. I'm gonna have to so far so good. All right, so far so good. Moving in a very good low-key way. This is gonna be the Chocobo that I might want to be careful with. I may need a stone for this one actually, but let's see. Just gotta wait for his back to be turned, which it's turned now, but I'm gonna wait actually. So as soon as he turns his back, I am gone. Here we go. Man, it's gonna take too long. And now I need a stone to distract. There we go. Which way do I want him to face? Let's try this. That's a big rock. I probably should have used one more stone. But let's see if we can get over to him. Ah, man. Let's try this again. All right, I'm gonna need one more stone. Let's try this again. Definitely didn't throw it in a direction that made him turn fully. So let's see if we could get him to turn a lot more this time around. There we go. All right, so I have a small time window to be able to get up close to him. Got him. Nice. Got 2 golden plumes.
Aw, isn't he just the cutest?
You know, they are kind of similar.
Totally.
What does he want now?
Do you think maybe he's still hungry?
Sorry, that's all the food we had.
But you know where there's more? Bill's place.
Back to the ranch it is then.
Come on.
Man, he is fast. All right, so we gotta race back to the ranch. See if we can finally get this Chokobo to get us over to the swamp. Mission accomplished. Wow, he was not wasting a second.
Ah, there's our guy. Nothing beats a little taste of home, now does it?
Not so much as a feather out of place. Got one healthy bird here.
Enough to ride?
Sure, though I wouldn't try till he's done eating. Once he's had his fill, though, I'm sure he'll come around to the idea, if we ask him nice. Ain't that right? I'll need to prep his gear and all that, so why don't you wait outside?
Hey there.
What a pleasant surprise. You do remember me, don't you?
Yeah, so Chadley, he was in the remake. So with him, if I'm not mistaken, he was the guy who also gave us the assess materia. So the assess materia is what I was using to get a scouting report on the different enemies to find out what their weakness and strengths were. He was the guy who originally gave it to us in the remake. He's also the guy who gave us the materia for our summoning materia. So those summoning materias pretty much have like a oversized beast attached to it. So if you remember Final Fantasy 16, that Ifrit beast or the Phoenix, those would be summoning materias in this game. So he was the guy who was responsible for giving us those things in the remake. Don't really want to spoil the remake for you if you haven't played it, but that's who this guy was.
I knew you would. It was an absolute pleasure working with you in Midgar. Thank you again. Your invaluable intel allowed me to create so much materia. Detecting internal monologue. The hell's this weirdo doing here? I was created by Professor Hojo, you know. Though your thoughts could be read by any cyborg. But, to answer your question, I took a page out of your book and skipped town. Now, the whole world's my laboratory. Speaking of which, I have a favor to ask, if it's not too much trouble.
You need more battle intel.
That's the Cloud I know. Always eager to get on with it. But yes, though I'd like you to activate some Remnawave towers first. They were originally constructed by the Republic of Junon, but were claimed by Shinra after the war. Since which time they've sat idle and untouched, just waiting for someone to put them to good use. The more towers you activate around the world, the more my processing power will grow. As will the area I can survey. I might even be able to construct a communications network independent of Shinra. How does that sound? You'd not only be helping me, but yourselves as well.
If we find any, we'll turn them on.
Wonderful. I thought you might say something like that. Let's get started then. See that tower? That's your first target. And this will activate it. As the tower is close by, allow me to accompany you.
All right, so let's go check out what Chadley has going on. So I actually forgot that he was an android, but I do remember he was very big on research. So a lot of our missions with him revolved around doing research for his own projects and things like that.
Activation confirmed. Initiating preliminary scan of the grasslands. I'll ascertain the locations of fiends and natural resources. After careful consideration, I have devised a new name for this type of research. I call it World Intel.
So Chadley will employ the data you collect to develop new materia, create new combat simulations, and embark on other scientific endeavors. Activate the Remna wave of towers you encounter and help Chadley deepen your understanding of this world. So this is pretty much like a, you know those satellites that's kind of in Spider-Man where you activate them and it unlocks more parts of the map. So that's what this is pretty much going to be for this game. It's also going to allow us to get new materia, new combat simulations, which are things that he also did in the remake of Final Fantasy. So we'll check this stuff out. The combat simulations were good for training, especially training with like the new materia that he gives us. So we'll check a lot of this stuff out as the game goes on.
I hope you'll assist me in gathering relevant data by completing various tasks on your travels. In return, I will use the information you provide to develop new materia. Quid pro quo. To summarize, I want us to become research partners. But before that, is there anything you would like to ask?
I don't really have much to ask, but let's go through all of the questions for you guys.
These communications towers were built by the Republic of Junon in order to further their understanding of the planet. They scan for all manner of signals, which in turn reveal myriad locations of interest, such as long-forgotten ruins and rare natural phenomena. Should you happen to stumble across a tower, please activate it. I must urge you to proceed with caution though. Feral beasts often claim these installations as their territory. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like? With a special pair of goggles, you can do battle in a virtual arena, regardless of your real-world location. That's the combat simulator, or my combat simulator, as Shinra developed the stationary models first. And fret not, it will never be obsolete. I'll keep it up to date with intel from unique enemy encounters. I will also endeavor to implement all of the summons once I finish analyzing the myths and legends surrounding them, of course. In fact, after poring over stories from the grasslands, I have finished implementing a new one, the towering colossus known as Titan. Engage him at your leisure. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like?
Wow, so they implemented Titan. So Titan was also in Final Fantasy 16. He was the big bald-headed guy who had the really strong arms I don't want to ruin the game, but he also had his inner ability, or the bigger version of him, which was the Titan. That was a very, very large monster-like battle-changing beast. So he pretty much has the summoning version for that also in this game. We'll check that out so you get a better look at it.
Which particular task would you like to learn about? While it is normal for creatures to adapt to their environment, sometimes these adaptations make them a threat. I would like you to track down and eliminate these creatures, and amass data on them in the process. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. In certain remote areas, fragments of planetary wisdom have coalesced into crystalline forms. Though the knowledge contained within them is vast and varied, one subject is of particular interest to me, that of summons. If you would analyze the crystals in my stead, thus extracting said knowledge from them, I can use it to enhance our materia. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away.
All right, only a handful left.
Ah, yes, I was hoping you would ask. I detected some strange energy signals earlier. My current theory is that they emanate from the remnants of ancient artifacts. But until we investigate, there's simply no telling what the sources might be. And since we have yet to identify them, I have taken the liberty of naming these objects proto-relics. A rather endearing name, if I may say so. At any rate, I would be grateful if you could investigate said curiosities and ultimately recover them for study. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. Simply put, life springs are formed when the life stream breaches the planet's surface. To Shinra, the volume of Mako that can be extracted from these springs is insignificant, certainly not worth the expense. But to us, they are a veritable font of knowledge. In order to tap these precious reserves, however, you will first need to find them. If you still have questions about world intel, please ask away. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like?
Last one to go through.
With each piece of world intel you collect, you will also provide me with the data I need to develop new materia. What I ultimately produce, however, is for you to decide. I look forward to finding out what we can create together. Do you happen to have any questions about world intel and the like?
All right, that should do it.
In that case, I see no reason not to begin at once. With your activation of this tower, my analysis of the grasslands has already yielded some data. Though hardly substantial, it is enough for me to create materia. Which of these would you like?
All right, so I could pretty much choose which material I want. That's interesting. So he has a fire and ice, which would be pretty cool. Auto cast. So I'm guessing that's for my support characters. So it allows an ally to automatically use spells with the linked materia when not actively controlled during battle. Okay. Let's check this stuff out. Morph materia. So this allows you to turn enemies into items with morph. Enemies whose health has fallen below a certain amount can be defeated in this fashion. So it's pretty much just gonna turn one of my weaker enemies into an item. This is interesting. I wonder what type of items I could get out of it. Auto unique ability materia. So this allows an ally to automatically use abilities when not actively controlled during battle. Tifa will also use unbridled strength when not actively controlled if this materia has been equipped. So a lot of interesting options. I'm not sure which one I would really want to use though. If I only can choose one, then I guess I'll choose the auto unique ability materia. But the morph materia is one that really intrigues me as well. So I'll go with this one and then we'll see how it goes moving forward.
I wish you all the best in the long journey that lies ahead of you. And remember, you're not in this alone. Should you require assistance, just ask.
Alright, assessing and defeating new fiends will provide Chadley with the data he needs to update the simulator with combat challenges. Complete these challenges and to earn a variety of rewards such as powerful summoning materia. Speak with Chadley to access the simulator. So let's quickly check this out.
Cloud, I have recreated Titan, the mythical colossus of the grasslands, in virtual space. I encourage you to pit your skills against this summoned entity so that I might complete its materia.
Alright, let's go up against Titan just to give you guys an idea on both Titan from Final Fantasy 16 and also what the real combat simulator is all about. So let's check this stuff out. So he does have a lot of different actions. So this is for the various characters, the beginning stuff, a tutorial on like synergy and things like that. But we're gonna do the Titan battle. So I gotta beat them in order to earn them. Sounds good to me. You also do have different power levels, so you can unlock them, I guess, by beating the previous version. So this is pretty cool. Let's start out with what we have access to. This is gonna be the difficulty level, which is full might. I'm gonna do it with Cloud. Let's see, who do I need at my side? I guess Barret and Tifa would be really good. All right, let's do it. First things first, let's try to get into... Let's try to use as much of this wind ability that I have access to. This seems to be his weakness. I'm gonna try to abuse it a little bit. Nice. Oh my gosh. While also trying to stay alive. I may have to strategically plan out my I may have to apply cure to somebody else. Unbridled strength will get me into that pressure state. If I can hang on long enough to do it. Nice! Got us staggered. Let's go! Man, this... I'm not doing any damage. Are you kidding me? Wow, that did nothing. Oh, so he has an impossible health bar. Okay, copy. Because that right there, that doesn't make any sense. What was that? Jeez. And I can't really do anything from a healing, reviving standpoint. That's crazy. Oh well. At least now I know He's just too strong for me to beat right now. Yikes. GG. Alright, so I have to get a lot stronger to be able to beat Titan, but I can do some of these other ones. Let's run with this group. So let's run access on them and see what their weakness is. My guess will be fire, but let's see. So their weakness is actually ice. So let's see, who do I have that has ice? It would probably be Tifa if I'm not mistaken. That's the first of 5 waves. Let's see if we can knock this one out of the park.
It's over.
Let's just check out what's the... Do I already have a weakness on him? Not yet. So let's check out and see the scouting report on this guy. Weakness is also ice. Doesn't have anything else really going on, so let's just take him out.
That's the way to do it.
Nice. I try to get a quick scout report on each enemy. That will help me to be able to fight them and beat them in the real world, especially when they up the difficulty on these guys. I know that as I get stronger, these guys are going to get stronger, so having a scouting report on them early may help me later on in the game. I don't think I have anything on the wing guys, so let's check this out. The wind is their weakness. That's kind of ironic. So with that in mind, let's run this attack. Nice. Man, that did a massive damage. A Materia World. New trophy unlocked. These are the goblins. We got a good scout report on them in the open world. So their weakness is fire. Let's see if we could capitalize on that. So the one with the most health, it makes sense to hit him. Nice. Hit 2 birds with 1 stone. That should do it. This should be the last wave coming up. See if we can make quick work of these guys as well. This is way easier than fighting Titan. Fighting Titan was no joke. Round 5, these guys are weak against ice. I'm not sure which one of us has ice ability. I don't think it's me though. See if we could get Cloud to heal himself in the meantime. These wolves are more dangerous than anyone else. Jeez. Nice.
Kinda hurt.
Just taking a breath and feeling pretty weak.
Man, this one's gonna be down to the wire.
Don't think you'll walk away from this.
Got a stagger. This is perfect. Nice. Barely made it out of this one. Really tough enemies are the wolves.
No time to celebrate.
All right, so we got some bonus to our healing materia. New record. Of course, it's the first time I did it. Works for me. We could go into the last one that I'll do. Know thine enemy. So this is a 3-person battle in which you pick your team, engage in a simulated battle against a pack of fiends to more thoroughly analyze their behavioral pattern and social hierarchy. So I'll run with this group of Red and Barrett along with Cloud. See how it goes. Of one. So we already did the scouting report on these guys. They're weak against air. So let's try to take advantage of that. So you got to get a couple of hits in first before you can really build up the ability to use any spells or anything like that. Man, these guys are pretty aggressive. Big hit for me. And this should probably kill this guy on one hit. Nice. Don't be incapacitated. Alright, so assess enemies across various regions to unlock special challenges in the combat simulator, then complete these challenges to learn new enemy skills. The default skill, Sonic Boom, deals wind magic damage, grants bravery and faith. Will always be available as long as the materia is equipped. Cool, so I could continue to beat these little trial runs and simulations in order to earn new materia, which will grant me some additional moves. So it's pretty beneficial to do a scouting report on the enemies that I face in the open world, beat them here, and then unlock new materia. Works for me. So I pretty much did all of the ones that I really want to do right now. The summoning entity for Titan, this guy is extremely strong for right now. So I think I do have to get a lot stronger to be able to really take a solid crack at Titan. So I'm going to come back to doing this one, especially since I don't have the ability to use items. It is going to be something I have to do in one swoop. So we'll come back and try to do better against Titan and see when I'm strong enough to actually beat him. For now, let's continue with the game.
Thanks to you, my archives are filling up with combat data.
Let's see if we have any additional developed materia that I want to use, or at least pick up from him. So the fire and ice materia is going to be something that could come in handy. This would be nice to have equipped to somebody like Aerith.
I hope you won't mind my mentioning, but I've observed that World Intel collection is stalled of late. I'm certain, however, a veteran mercenary like you would never abandon a task. I know you must be busy, but I'd appreciate your help.
Alright, so it sounds like he wants me to continue to do scouting reports on the enemies that I face throughout the world. So that's something that I'll continue to do. What we'll do for the next part is get back into Pico's prep and check out the golden plumes and things like that. So we'll continue to find out what's going on with the Chokobo and see if we can get across the swamp in the next video. I did want to say thanks for tuning in. I appreciate a lot of support. All the members of the Rebel family, appreciate you guys for tuning in once again. New subscribers, welcome to the channel. And yeah, we are going to be back with the next part 2 Final Fantasy 7. I did want to quickly equip this Materia to give her the fire and the ice. Let's also give her back her wind, which I put on Cloud for a second. And this is going to be what Aerith has available for her Materia setup. And yeah, I'll be back on the next part pretty soon. Till then, it's Rebel. I'm out. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.